I want to talk about this because dare I say that there are pockets or parts of this pandemic that is manufactured. I use that term. People, I got a fucking heart monitor on right now, and I'm fucking slapping my chest. Clutch my pearls. Clutch them. Whoa. Fade on the couch. How dare you say that this was manufactured in any way? They act like you're spreading misinformation. But this is a part that seems to be manufactured, or there was something that was being done with an idea that either they were stupid. All right, so when you're dealing with government, I get it. You kind of have to, you got to leave that in the realm of possibilities. The idea that they're just completely just inept, like they're just stupid. They do dumb shit. They're incompetent. You have to consider that. But some things seem like they do it on purpose. One of those. What we're about to talk about right now. And I always thought this was fucking weird. Okay. So you had a time in which, hell, it wasn't even that long ago, but when they were like pop locking in supposed overwhelmed hospitals, when they were doing the fucking robot and shit for TikTok. So overwhelmed. They just need to let off a little steam because they were so overwhelmed. So they learned the fucking entire fucking dance routine and shit. Right? Fucking. They did all that, though they were supposedly overwhelmed. But they were heroes, right? They were heroes. They were the best people in the world and all of that. And we found out a lot of them were actually assholes. But you would think that you need these people around, right? You need them in the medical industry because right now you have this pandemic going on. People are getting sick, and you need them to be around. You need to help. Okay? All right, I got you. I get it. Well, that's weird, because now you're talking about mandates, right? For people that you said were the frontline workers, they were the heroes, right? They worked all through this pandemic and didn't die despite never being vaccinated. They more than likely caught it at some point despite never being vaccinated because there wasn't one available. And now all of a sudden you say, well, if you're a nurse, if you work in the medical industry, even as a motherfucker that's doing the vendor shit, like you can't even bring in a box. You can't drop off food, motherfucker, unless you got the jab. So they fire all these nurses or lay them off, or not even that. It's more so, okay, by this date, you need to get it, or, we're going to have to move and part our ways. So the people that you need during a dire time, especially, it's kind of weird. We're entering into another flu season here soon. And all of a sudden, we're going to set this ultimatum and you have to meet it. That's a little weird. And then I suggested some things on manufacturing and people get mad, but isn't this just bizarre? Because I don't know exactly what we said was going to happen because it didn't make sense. New York Hospital is about to pause all of their baby deliveries because staffers quit over the vaccine mandate. It's almost like the people that you need are not going to be there. I'm not just going to sit up here and say, well, this is what they're specifically doing because, sometimes they did, right? But I'm not going to go that far and say, okay, they specifically did this because they want to make it appear as if the hospitals are being overwhelmed. I'm just saying it doesn't make any fucking sense. Let's read on. Lowville, I'm reading this from KIRO 7. News, local news. Lowville, New York. Upstate New York Hospital said it will pause the baby deliveries in 2 weeks because of a spate of resignations by maternity unit workers who are objecting to COVID-19 vaccination mandates. Lewis County General Hospital in Lowville will temporarily stop delivering babies after September the 24th. During a news conference Friday, they said 7 of the 30 hospital workers who resigned were from the hospital's maternity ward. So they all came from 7 of them. And that's a lot of workers in the hospital. 30 of them? Goddamn. 30 of them resigned. And he said he added another 7 maternity unit staffers were undecided about getting a vaccine. So you have 7 that are gone out of the 30 that are in that ward. And then you got another 7 that are like, I don't know what I'm obviously maybe the mandate hasn't hit yet. And they're like, I don't know if I'm going to do this shit. Right? So even they might be fucking gone. Sounds a little manufactured, I'm just saying. Or maybe they're just fucking incompetent. That, I don't know, you don't mandate that people get some shit because you need workers. The workers were objecting the September 27 deadline to receive a first dose. I would rather they just got fired and called they bluff instead of quitting so early. But I get it. Maybe they probably find another worker and they're like, fuck it, I'm out of here. Then Governor Andrew Cuomo issued a state mandate on August 23rd, talking about 20 other staff members who resign work in clinical positions like nurses, therapists, and technicians. So the people that are going to be really nitty gritty, right? They're going to be the ones that are going to be moving folk around and getting things done. If we can pause the service and now focus on recruiting nurses who are vaccinated, we will be able to re-engage in delivering babies here in Lewis County. He said, Kyer said 165 hospital employees, or 27% of the facility's workforce, have yet to be vaccinated. So look at it in context, guys. You got almost 30% that have not been vaccinated yet. You have, and that's not even, it seems to be including the people that already left. So you have 165 employees that are like, you know what, I don't know about this. Then that's not to say that as we get closer to that date that some of them are going to get jabbed. And more than likely that's what's going to happen. Some of them are, not all of them though. Our hope is as we get close to the deadline, the numbers will increase of individuals who are vaccinated. Fewer individuals will leave. Maybe with a little luck, some of those who have resigned will reconsider. So, and that's some of the sort of stipulations that they're putting on some of these resignations. I know Disney was doing this as well with some of the theme parks, saying that if I'm not mistaken, like you're basically on you're let go, but you're basically, if you ever got it down the line, they basically immediately rehire you. It says we are not alone. There are thousands of positions that are open of the north of the thruway, excuse me. And now we have a challenge to work through, with the vaccination mandate. So now they're talking about the mandate. I don't know if they mentioned Cuomo and the fact that it came kind of from top down. So I don't know if this is something that the hospitals would have done either way. It sounds like something like, because they're specifically referencing the vaccination mandate. So I don't know if it's coming from the hospitals or it's coming from the state dictating what the hospitals must do. Either way, we're in a position where a significant amount of the population that you would need, especially going into a flu season, you would need them around, but you're saying that you don't want them because they're not getting a jab for something with a 99% survival rate, even though many of them worked through this entire pandemic when it was really at the peak of it anyway, and they didn't die, right? Maybe a lot of them are, and I would love to know the numbers of that, like 165 employees. I would love to know the numbers of them that have already gotten COVID and they're immune, right? They already got it and recovered and are good to go, but you still are acting as if they must get jabbed. See, look, I know that you don't like to hear terms like that, but manufactured, but what else am I supposed to call it? Because I'm not a guy that, I'm pretty knowledgeable in economics, but I'm not working in the medical industry. But even I could put two and two together that, you probably shouldn't let go of people that are not willing to get this vaccine because you need as many workers as you can get. Right. So now you're to the point to where you have a ward where you're not even going to have people there solely because, or, not that you're going to have people there. You're not going to have people delivering babies. You have to cancel a service altogether because you don't have the staff to do it. But that could have been completely unavoided. Anybody with any sense that's putting two and two together would have saw that coming. So I have to believe that this is manufactured, that maybe there are people, maybe it is, the Cuomos of the world who are no longer there, but the government guys who want to present this and make it look as bad as they want it to look. Because if we were really in a position of dire need, then you take whoever you can fucking get that is going to fill the job. Instead, you want to fire, let go of able-bodied people or coerce them into getting it. And they say, you know what, I'm not going to get it. I'm going to go elsewhere. You want to coerce them into getting it. That doesn't make sense. So it feels manufactured. You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.